Welcome to our channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more exciting spoilers every week. This time, we're diving into the Coronation Street spoilers for the week of October 28th to November 1st. You don't want to miss out. Next week on Coronation Street, Betsy begins to suspect that Lisa might be behind Joel's murder, while David grows anxious that Jesse will uncover his secret. Meanwhile, Nick and Toyah face a turning point as they make a major decision about their future. Let's take a look at 15 huge moments coming your way. Joel's murder investigation continues. Dee Dee tells Gus about her decision to attend Joel's funeral. Kit listens in, but is totally unconvinced about Dee Dee's forgiving mood, and grows more suspicious about her involvement. Meanwhile, Lisa stumbles upon a possible new lead when she investigates a car vandalism. Realizing the car was damaged on the same road that Joel was attacked, Lisa interviews the car's owner and learns that he heard two men arguing outside the flat. Lisa fills Dee Dee in on her latest discovery that the owner's car was damaged by a red car. When Lisa finds out that Ronnie's red car was recently in for repairs, she confronts him. 2. Betsy grows suspicious of Lisa. Carla praises Lisa for juggling work and motherhood, but Lisa flinches when Carla attempts to physically comfort her. Lisa makes a quick escape, leaving Carla gutted. The reason for Lisa's behavior becomes clear when Betsy notices bruises on her body. Lisa makes out it was due to her body combat class, but Betsy remains skeptical. Betsy does some digging and finds a prescription for painkillers. She confides in Mason and is horrified to realize that the prescription date is the day after Joel was murdered. When Daisy mentions Joel was in a fight before he died, Betsy fears the worst. 3. Lisa clashes with Kit. Lisa's starting to connect the dots, telling Kit that if Joel had plans to disappear, there's no way he would have left his stuff behind. It's a small detail, but it might just crack the case wide open if they can track down those missing items. The way Lisa keeps pushing her theories, though, is seriously starting to get on Kit's nerves, and you can feel the tension between them building. Things really heat up when Lisa finds out someone's filed a formal complaint against her. She's fuming and doesn't waste a second before pointing the finger at Kit, convinced he's the one behind it. Whether she's right or not, it's clear their partnership is on some shaky ground, and this latest twist only makes things worse. 4. Carla covers her tracks. The list of suspects is growing, and now Carla's name is being thrown into the mix. Ryan starts wondering if she's really been upfront about what went down that night, and it's clear he's not just going to let this slide. The doubt creeping in makes everything feel even more tangled, and it's only a matter of time before tensions boil over. Carla knows the pressure is on, and instead of holding back, she decides to come clean with Bobby. She admits she did sneak out to the factory that night, even though she told the police she was at home with him and Ryan the whole time. It's a risky move, but maybe she feels like she has no choice now that things are catching up with her. This confession isn't just a simple mistake, it's a full-blown lie that could change everything. Now, Bobby's left with the weight of this truth, and the trust between everyone involved is seriously hanging by a thread. Carla might have thought she was protecting herself, but in a situation like this, even a small lie could end up being a massive problem. 5. David fears Jesse will discover his secret. The Platt family pulls together as Gail rests in the hospital after a serious health scare, trying to stay positive, despite the tension in the air. David's guilt is eating him up, convinced that everything happening to his mum is somehow his fault. When Jesse starts digging into David's feelings, asking if he's carrying some kind of guilt, David can't handle it and lashes out. It's clear the pressure is getting to him, and his temper is hanging by a thread. Things take a turn when Shona drops the news that Jesse has gone back to their place alone. David immediately freaks out, knowing that whatever's been hidden at number 8 could come to light. But what he doesn't realize is that it's already too late. Jesse has found the secret stashed away under the stairs, and whatever David was trying to keep buried isn't going to stay hidden for much longer. 6. Damon comes to Sarah's rescue. Damon gives Sarah a call, letting her know he's pinned the blame for the missing money on one of Harvey's guys, meaning she's off the hook. Sarah's relieved, but it hits her hard when she realizes Damon took a beating to protect her. It's a moment she wasn't expecting, and even though things have been messy, she can't help but feel grateful for what he's done. But Damon isn't about to let this situation spiral any further. He makes it clear to Sarah that this is the end of the road for them. No more phone calls, no more meetings. He's drawing a line, and it's time for them to move on. It's harsh, but Damon knows it's the only way to keep things from getting even more complicated. After all that, Sarah decides to make things right with Jesse. She apologizes for ever thinking he had anything to do with the stolen money. But just when it seems like things are starting to settle, Jesse drops a bombshell that leaves everyone speechless. Whatever they were expecting, it definitely wasn't this, and it changes the dynamic for the whole family moving forward. 7. Nick and Toyah rekindle their relationship. While Nick's out, Toyah drops by to check in on Sam, but things are awkward from the start. Sam's still holding on to some resentment, making it clear he hasn't forgotten the trouble Toyah stirred up. But Toyah takes a moment to apologize, and slowly, Sam starts to let his guard down. It's a small breakthrough, but enough to ease the tension between them. When Nick gets back, he's surprised, and a little impressed, to see that Toyah has managed to get through to Sam. There's a shift in the air and Nick can't help but admit how he's really feeling. He opens up to Toyah, confessing that his feelings for her haven't faded, and before they know it, the two share a kiss, reigniting something that neither of them was quite ready to let go of. 8. Nick has an offer for Toyah. Leanne's still having a hard time processing everything she went through with the Institute. It's weighing on her, and she finally opens up to Nick, admitting that she just can't handle being the face of the bistro right now. Instead of pushing through, she suggests it's better if they bring someone else in to take over, knowing it's the best call for her own peace of mind. Seeing a way to make things work, Nick wastes no time and offers the manager position to Toyah. His idea is that having Toyah around could help ease the tension, making it easier for Leanne to get comfortable with seeing them together more often. It's a bit of a risky move, but Nick's hoping this could be the first step towards everyone finding some sort of new normal. Bernie and Billy argue over Paul's ashes. Billy's struggling to wrap his head around Bernie's wild idea of launching Paul's ashes into space. The whole thing feels too much for him, and he flat out refuses to hand over his share of the ashes for such a spectacle. It's clear that grief is hitting him hard, and he's holding on to what little control he has left. At the same time, Billy tries to move forward by getting back to work. But as he goes through the usual routine, something shifts, and he finds himself making a major decision that could change everything. Meanwhile, Bernie takes things into her own hands, planning to air a tribute video for Paul's ashes at the Rovers. When Billy catches wind of it, he completely loses it, unleashing all the frustration he's been bottling up. 10. Dev's treatment of Chesney causes friction. Following the disastrous visit from the health inspector at Prima Donna, Chesney finishes a deep clean of the premises. When Dev reveals he won't be paying Chesney for the month that the shop is closed, Chesney is furious and is forced to take a minimum wage delivery job as a result. Bernie is appalled by Dev's treatment of Chesney and makes it clear she's in no mood to forgive him. Asher advises Dev to make it up to Bernie with a big romantic gesture. At the Quad's birthday party, Dev reveals that he's got something up his sleeve to win Bernie back. 11. Steve and Cassie grow closer again. Steve's nose is put out of joint when Cassie reveals she has organized a date. Steve is disparaging about Cassie's date, but Cassie is quick to point out that he sounds jealous. When Cassie's date doesn't go to plan, Steve takes her to the Rovers to give her a boost. The spark between them reignites and the pair spend the night together. 12. Adam shares his concerns with Steve. Adam is surprised to learn that Ken has booked airport lounge tickets and first-class flights for his upcoming trip to Porto with Cassie. Adam fears that Ken is running up debt to fund his lavish lifestyle with Cassie and shares his worries with Steve. Adam and Steve agree to stage an intervention once Ken and Cassie return. 13. Bethany struggles to cope. Following their recent reconciliation, Bethany prepares breakfast for Daniel. However, when Daniel enters the flat without knocking and sees Bethany's stoma bag for the first time, Bethany is horrified and orders him to get out. With Bethany clearly struggling to cope with her new life change, Daniel tries to find a way to help. 14. Ryan realizes Kit is using him to get close to Daisy. Ryan admits to Kit that he still misses Daisy and begins to list everything that Daisy expects from a partner. Kit uses the information to his advantage by making Daisy believe that they share the same interests. When Kit learns Daisy's favorite film from Ryan, he suggests watching the film with Daisy to mark his last night in the pub. Ryan clocks that Kit has been using the information he's provided in order to flirt with Daisy and confronts him. 15. Mason apologizes to Liam. Liam has a close call when he accidentally steps in front of Chesney's car, but Mason swoops in just in time to pull him out of danger. The moment leaves Liam shaken, but what really throws him off is Mason's unexpected apology. Out of nowhere, Mason starts talking about how sorry he is for all the bullying, claiming he's turned over a new leaf. It's a lot for Liam to take in, especially coming from someone who gave him such a hard time. Meanwhile, Dev catches the tense vibe between Liam and Mason from a distance and wastes no time in filling Gary in on what he saw. Gary's not one to sit back and wait, so the minute he hears about the situation, he decides to step in and handle things himself. Whether Mason's apology is genuine or not, Gary's determined to protect Liam, and it looks like things are about to get a lot more complicated. And that's a wrap on our 15 huge Coronation Street spoilers for the upcoming week. With secrets unraveling, old flames reigniting, and tensions rising, it's clear that next week is going to be packed with drama you won't want to miss. Who do you think will come out on top, and whose secrets will finally catch up with them? If you enjoyed these spoilers, make sure to hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time with even more updates and twists from Coronation Street. Stay tuned.